I want to see someone else, James. He's younger, and I deserve this chance. We both think this is a good idea for everyone.
Well, I suppose turnabout is fair play then, isn't it?
It was a regular Tuesday in late September. I came home early, planning a little surprise for our upcoming anniversary. Instead, I walked into a dead-quiet kitchen. My wife, Rebecca, stood there with her arms folded, and our daughter, Emma, looked like she'd just won the lottery. Rebecca's first words were, "Marcus, we need to talk." Those 4 words are never a good sign. But nothing could have prepared me for what came next. Emma leaned forward, her face glowing with self-righteous wisdom like she was announcing a birthday surprise. "Dad, Mom needs freedom, an open marriage." I just blinked. This had to be a joke, right? But Emma kept going. "Monogamy is outdated. Progressive women explore their options. If you really love Mom, you'll support her growth." Then she twisted the knife. "And you can date too. Though let's be realistic, Dad. I'm sure there are apps for older people." All this time, Rebecca didn't defend me. She didn't even flinch. She just stood there, already on the other man's side. So I asked, as calmly as I could, "Is there someone specific you want to explore this option with?" She hesitated, but that hesitation was all the confirmation I needed. "David Martinez," she finally whispered. The young, flashy restaurant owner from downtown. Emma actually clapped her hands. "Mom, he's so sophisticated, 26 years of marriage," tossed into a bonfire of so-called modern values. I didn't explode. I stood up slowly and said, "You're right. This is happening. But since this is my house, my money, and my assets, I set the rules." The looks on their faces, they were not ready for that. Emma protested. Rebecca went pale. I laid it out for them. No men in my house. No shared finances. You want a date? You pay for your own hotels, your own meals, your own entertainment? You want independence? Then pay for it, Emma sputtered. "You can't cut me off. I'm your daughter." I looked her straight in the eye. "You're a 24-year-old adult. Actions have consequences." Then I delivered the final blow. "Oh, and we're having dinner with your parents on Sunday. They should hear all about this good news." Rebecca looked like she was about to faint. The war had just begun. A few days later, we were all sitting around her parents' fancy dining table. Roast beef, crystal glasses, the whole polite, upper-class ritual. Her father, Richard, finally asked, "Marcus, what's this urgent meeting about?" I just smiled. "Rebecca has some news." Her fork clattered onto her plate. Emma, of course, jumped in. "Mom and Dad are exploring new aspects of their marriage." "It's modern," Richard frowned. "Modern how?" I decided to be blunt. Rebecca asked for an open marriage so she could pursue her boyfriend, David Martinez. The silence was deafening. Her mother's face just crumbled in horror. Richard's face went from pink to a shade of nuclear red. "You what?" He thundered at Rebecca. Emma tried to defend her. "Grandpa, lots of couples." "Quiet," Richard snapped. "This isn't modern. It's disgraceful," Rebecca started crying. "I wasn't happy. I needed more." Her mother's voice cracked. "More than a loyal husband? More than 26 years? More than your own family?" And then I dropped the final bomb. "There's also a medical detail you should know." Rebecca contracted an STD from her new boyfriend. Linda nearly fainted. Richard slammed his fist on the table. "You brought a disease into your marriage, into this family?" Emma just stared wide-eyed as she realized the real world was much harsher than her TikTok slogans. It was brutal, raw, and honest. But hey, Rebecca wanted everything in the open, right? The weeks that followed were like a well-timed chess match. I canceled Rebecca's credit cards. Emma's car got repossessed when she couldn't make the payments. I hired a private investigator and finalized a post-nup agreement she had foolishly signed years ago. Then I filed for divorce. Rebecca's world spiraled. Her shiny new lover, David, dumped her the second he heard about the STD, said he couldn't handle the drama. She came back, begging me for another chance. I said, "No, just one word, but it ended a lifetime." "You've become so cold," she whispered. "No," I replied. "I've become honest." Emma, meanwhile, ran headfirst into reality. Minimum wage jobs, bills, rejections. Only then did she finally understand what consequences meant. Freedom for me tasted like oxygen after a lifetime underwater. I rebuilt myself, quietly and intentionally. Then I met Sarah Mitchell. She was a brilliant federal prosecutor who didn't need my wallet or my validation. We just clicked. Sharp minds, aligned values, and mutual respect. She once told me, "I don't date weak men." Good, I wasn't one anymore. 2 years later, she moved in and we built something real. A partnership, not a performance. Emma eventually came around, humbled and wiser. "Dad," she said one night, "I owe you an apology. You were protecting yourself and me, I just didn't see it." I hugged her. "I never stopped loving you. I just stopped funding your bad decisions." Months later, David Martinez opened a new restaurant and, hilariously, invited my company to the grand opening. I brought Sarah. When David saw us and asked Sarah what she did for a living, she smiled and said, "I'd prosecute fraud." The color drained from his face. Rebecca was there too, looking older, tired. She approached me quietly. "Are you happy, Marcus?" "Yes," I said without a moment's hesitation. She just nodded. "I'm sorry." "For everything." "I know," I said. "But some lessons cost more than others." She walked away, a shadow of the woman she used to be. I walked back to Sarah, the future I chose. On the drive home, she asked me, "Any regrets?" "None," I said. "Rebecca declared war on our family. I just refused to lose." Sarah smiled. "That's exactly why I chose you. You see, Rebecca asked for an open marriage. She wanted freedom, progress, and excitement. She got an STD, a divorce, financial ruin, and a humbled daughter. Me? I got peace, strength, a better partner, and the clarity of a man who finally chose himself. Some people set fire to their own house. I just refused to burn with them." Thanks for watching. If this story resonated with you, make sure to like and subscribe for more.